Hold on, y'all. Listen to this. This was December 2021. This was an me and I Speaks DMs. And we were, look, communicating. Right? Listen to this.
For the record again, Cuban. I'm gonna tell you, months ago, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, that was an aura. Oh Lord. No, I have stayed away from that. And when this came about, and Lord. I'm sending you love, light, prayers, strength, energy, stance. Now get back to your movement. In a day or so, the Red Robe movement, do some posts from your followers, and you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be okay.
I promise.
Promise.
You will be fine. You will. No, I don't know.
Cuban is very manipulative. She's very good at what she does, and especially if you're in close proximity, she absolutely said something to Palasia. And Palasia's playing off of.
I said Palasia. I didn't even know how to say her name. I didn't even know how to say Palisa's name. That was me, promise. This was back in December 2021. I was mutuals. Well, I had just unfollowed. Well, I don't know right here. But I unfollowed I Speak soon after. But it was like everything was all over the place with what they were saying on this app. So I just started collecting data. Something wasn't sitting right. I started diving on Anthony. I was already looking at Patrick because of what was going on with the black women on display. Girl, you don't have anything else to do. I'm sure you could think of something. Powerful, sis. Don't you think you should find your way back over to Blaze's Live? Blaze, come get your females. Whew.
It even triggered Palasia even more, hearing Cuban's story about you. So what Palasia said, that Cuban said about you, Cuban said that about you. But because there's no proof that Cuban said it, Cuban is skating. But Cuban is one of the connest women, if not the connest woman on this app. And I'm using woman very, very lightly, just to be respectful.
Y'all, I was in corporate then, so y'all could really hear the code switch on me. I sure will, but you need to do something else. But if you're watching what I'm doing, then shouldn't you be doing something else too? Girl, bye. Now let's play a kiss. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Lord have mercy. Right, bye, Felicia. Do y'all remember this?
In Living Color is back, and we are having a brand new cast. Introducing King Gene as Wanda, and Karen as Modern
of the matter.
My dude as
I'm Bob Jackson.
T. Nathan as Brown. King Kane.
My name is Anton Jackson, formerly of the Jackson 5.
Get ready, people. It's about to be a remake. These fine people are going to show you in living color in 2022.
And it did that.
It's never too late and it's never too soon. Take it from the inside to me.
It was a troll page back then. And that's exactly what they said they did. And if you think this doesn't go like My Dude and RX Exorcist and what's that dumbass motherfucking mass name? It goes all the way up. It goes up into the political realm. Was it? No, it wasn't Police. Police is not that creative. I mean, she can. Now, some of Police's drawings are actually really beautiful, but she's not that creative. She's not content creator. Tommy. Lundini, thank you. Yes, Lundini. So, yeah, there, and the connectivity with them and I Speak and Patrick, and same thing with Coop, Lil Coop, and connectivity with him and Patrick and I Speak and Polisa. So there's all these connectivities, and all these connectivities, especially when there's a pool of money outside of TikTok contracts, like illegal monies, like Social Security fraud and all that type of identity theft and embezzlement and, you know, trying to go over to buy and clean shit up. That's all called RICO. You were a mule, Denise, a fucking mule. That's my dude, yeah. But he's all involved, and that's why he doesn't want to get involved with anything, and I said so. I mean, he knows all about what happened at the Airbnb, about the arrangement. There is no essay between Polisa and I Speak that is recorded, and there's no proof to suggest that a sexual assault occurred. Not with Mo, not with I Speak. Now, with that being said, why hasn't I Speak taken this documentation to his command now and said, this, and this, I want to, or to JAG or whomever, and say, I want to press charges against Alicia Wilson because this. He'll know, he knows she's broke. That's the excuse he uses. But this isn't about being, going after someone's money. This is a woman and being respectable, and then there's a white woman. Yeah, Little Coop is in deep too. And there's a white woman, Ashley Cohen, right? And what happened to Ashley Cohen after the last fuck shit they did on the panel, where Polisa was friends and then blocked her, and then was friends again, and then she was gifting a lot Polisa's live, and then Blaze became her mod, and just a fucking mess. But still in all, a connected mess. That's called, that leads in, that's a RICO. So I wanted to go back. What time is it? Let me see something. I wanted to go back. What time was that? Okay. I wanted to go back. Oh, let me just do it this way. He doesn't even live in a house. He lives in an RV because of fear of retaliation. Who, Heather? Who lives in an RV? Okay. So they're sending back in our little Coop. He should. He should fear that.
Some of y'all saying y'all gonna mind. I don't even know y'all.
Yeah, we got it for now.
Alright.
So this is December 2nd, 2022, right? In December of 2021, we listened to some of what was going down in 2021. You saw where I was at in December of 2021. Now, I didn't come live until June 19th, I believe it was. It was Father's Day weekend, and I did the interview with Blaze. That's when I met iCreep, not at that specific time. I gotta go get the timeline on that. But I know that I didn't know them before then. And then the Royal Justice, and then iCreep came around. iCreep came around and had connectivity to Jessie Dodds. She has connectivity to iSpeak. She has connectivity to Patrick. And she was in Petty Rose DMs and trying to gain information, as she put it. Meanwhile, Maryland was infiltrating white groups, ex-llamas, that like Kimberly and them. So they were all involved with the connectivity of these other people that I was doing intel on. So there would be no reason for me to need them because I was exactly where I needed to be as far as gaining intel and information. So they needed, for what I know now, to keep a watch on me. So Royal Justice was created in this group. Blunt Vixen dipped out, said, I suspect in her mind I'm not doing this. And I suspect they created this lie about Blunt Vixen as far as how she felt about it and used Blunt Vixen as a pawn at that time. Merlin was playing defense because Merlin and Blunt hadn't talked to police in for 2 weeks, but these were her day ones. So there were a lot of things happening, coming at different angles. And then the Zoom meetings started. And I didn't get any heads up from like Blaze or anybody else, whereas I was making content pieces to protect those in our community. When Fairy Mariah was going after Sobe and trying to get him shut down and taken out of his school, I was creating the awareness piece from Fairy Mariah. That Cuban initiated that that was in 4K, right? Here's this white woman pretending to be a black woman, using a black woman's name, and Cuban posted it. We have that footage, right? So to have these same people come back at me, same thing with No Cry Zone with the characters in the online auction. Same thing with Dion, when Cuban was calling him a thief and all that and stealing from the community, and he was. And then he came back and apologized. So when I look at my community and I see, when I come on this app and I try to be insightful and give insight and POVs and awareness, it's our own community that's not wanting to be aware. There's a lot of people that are involved in fuck shit and scamming our own people. But we have hardworking people out here that get up and go into this system just to survive their family, to feed their family, themselves. So when TikTok comes along and there's an opportunity to, evolve your business or such like that, of course you want those in your community that have the greater numbers to boost that, as did Petty Rowe did. Not even aware of what she was getting involved in. Same thing with a lot of other creators. I suspect that's what happened with Black Diamond too. It's easy to get involved and not even knowing, and it's harder to get out because they hold information. And they'll use that information, and I don't give a fuck what you have on me. I don't give a fuck what you have on my family. There's nothing you can do to stop what I'm going to do and where we're going to take this. So it's not malicious, it's intentional, because we're not sweeping it under the rug. Because we can't hold you accountable, like in the sense of you're actually going to do this, but we can hold you accountable in awareness. We're going to make it so aware that you're a problem in their system, in their world. Like police, are you putting your live-in down as a caregiver? We're going to find all this shit out. Yes, thank you, Forever Smoke. We're going to listen to this because this is a year later. This is iCreeps Live, right after Blaze kicked me out of J4P. This is on December 2nd, 2022. Now, iCreep is in a lot of trouble as well. And she's done a lot of things in the pool of money. But when we go back and listen, because we're almost a year later. So when we go back and listen to things, we can see where it could lead to other things, right, True Seekers? So while this is playing, because this is another factor, in order to keep perpetuating the setup against Mo, you got to keep perpetuating the lie. Well, here's the thing, Ernie. I would eventually, when I sent that voice memo in the private chat, in the group chat, I had no intentions. I didn't even know at the time. I still believed, I saved Polisa. And I believe that, that detail, I believe that the details she was holding, especially when it comes to our community, and, I wanted to go and make a statement in that aspect. The people deserve to know. The person that I was doing intel with and have been doing intel with for 5-6 months deserve to know the truth, because we're out here on this front line with our lives, with our families' lives, with things happening to our families. So that's what I was thinking about. So I don't regret any of it. I don't regret the truth being told or what the detail. I don't regret it, not one bit. Because of all the other things that had brought me to that point, and what was happening behind the scenes in those Zoom calls, what was being, I had not talked to iCreep and Apple Sticks and them end of September-ish, mid-end of September-ish, and then all of a sudden they pop back the fuck up. No, I know iCreep is involved in some very serious shit, some very serious shit. And it's only a matter of time. And Marie Pruitt's name is out there now in this judicial system. And on the other side of it, not on the side that, she was supposed to be going to school for, but she's on the other side. She came to this app and she was groomed financially. And I don't know in any other kind of way, because I've never seen any sexual grooming of her or anything as such, or as it relates to that, but definitely financial grooming. Yeah, it is very sad, Ernie. And, one thing that Polisa talks about is how, the mind, I love kids. I love every generation. I learn so much from kids. Kids are raw as fuck, right? And I try to, I'm not a disciplinarian, but in the realm of the virtual world, I'm absolutely going to protect myself and my family. And that's why I have so much fucking data. iCreep had dreams as far as what her movement wanted to be, and I still have that template that we did in the Zoom. So I was very interested in her platform. But I was met at every point with, you could never relate, which I could never relate to iCreep's lived experience. Our lived experiences are very different. As generations go, I don't have the same lived experience as someone 40 years older than me or 30 years older than me. So, yes, in the worldly sense, I do have a little bit more lived experience than iCreep. She was 17. I was 50. So, yeah, and I wanted to find some common ground because I was very interested in, her platform and it growing, and, her peers outside in her physical world being a part of that. But as it was, she was part of the setup. She had no intention of having this platform that was built upon revolutionary movement. First of all, let me rephrase that, because you can't build a platform on revolution. The revolution will not be televised, and I'm guilty of that. So I have to correct myself on that. Now, awareness, that I can say my platform will be about awareness. But revolution takes strategy and methodical strategy and quiet. Shh, you gotta be quiet. She let the digital world take over to become a false sense of reality. And a lot of our younger generations do that. And that's why the kids that, I miss them, but the kids, it was just great because we were doing things that I did as I was a kid. We're doing creative projects. We're not in the digital world. We're hands-on. And that's when you can really see who's learned up off of books and who's been learned up off of the blogs. Because this sensational We're back. We're back. Okay. I don't know what happened. You forgot you were paused? Alright, so I don't even remember what I was talking about. So we just gonna start listening to the footage. This is a year later. That's okay. Yeah, they don't want this. This is a timeline. It's a timeline. You can't preach facts over feelings and that, you know. Too bad. All right, so let's listen in on to I Creep, December 2nd, 2022. This is a year after what we first started with on this live, right? So here we go with the timeline.
You don't really know where to start, though. I don't. But,
mind you, I Creep, Apple Sticks, Caramel Wax, Polisa were in this panel, okay?
I'm just gonna start off like this. Okay, you go make sure. But, I'm here to tell my truth about what's been going on, about what's been happening, and I'm telling nothing but the truth. Like I said, I'm even telling on myself about stuff I've done. Hey, y'all. Like, but this whole tit for tat lying bullshit that y'all got on this motherfucking app is not fucking it. Angie, you lying, and Tanya, you lying too.
Okay, so the whole reason that Polisa brought what I said in the voice memo to this live, to live specifically, was for content. I was the target, and there were a few pawns, and some of those pawns are still actively participants. I Creep was one of them, and so was Caramel Wax and Apple Sticks and Blaze and a few others. When I look in here, where is Yodi? Where's Yodi? Also, when I look in this live right here, there's Gen X. Yeah. Gen X following the host. The host is the untouchable I Creep now.
I feel like Tanya used Police's story as, I wouldn't call it a grift, but it could be a grift in a different way if you want it.
A grift. Well, see, we have Emery Pruitt is connected to Fold members.
I think about it that way, but I think she used it for attention. I honestly do. I'm trying to stop paying attention to the comments. Y'all distract me. But I don't want to tell anybody's story, but I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm
Tanya
telling
Duet Queen.
and I have
now coming back around. No Cry Zone. Now coming back around.
I'm telling too much or too like
patterns.
I just have to apologize in advance. But
Safi was I Creep's moderator.
Zoom meetings. I supported Tanya because I supported Polisa. When I supported Tanya, everything was cool. I didn't see anything that, first of all, I don't feel like Tanya in the beginning wasn't like this Tanya now. That's how I feel. I feel like she's different now. But when we first started doing like the whole Zoom things, everything was going well in the beginning. No blocking. Yeah, no blocking, just muted. Everything was going well in the beginning. It wasn't any arguments in the very beginning. But as time went on, and as time, I'm talking about maybe like a couple more weeks into it, that's when the arguments and stuff started happening. Me and Tanya bumped heads a lot about a lot of things because there was a lot of things that she was doing that.
All right, truth seekers. So this is like a listening exercise because now we can go back, we can compare what's been said by iCreep and others from this point, and then we can also see where connectivity happens, because you've seen where, and it's on my YouTube, where iCreep has connectivity to Fold members and also to iSpeak as a platform, because iSpeak is definitely still Fold. Once you're Fold, you don't unfold. Once you accept stolen monies and information and stuff like that, you can't undo it, right, Merlin? Like when you do background checks.
I just did not agree with. It was, and I don't even want to bring.
This was when this was December, so she had just turned 18. Wait, her birthday's in is it September 30th or October 30th? No, September 30th, because she just turned 19, right? So this was December 2nd, so she was 18. So Polisa waited till she was 18. And that's what she said. Polisa wanted iCreep to wait till she was 18. And she's 19 now. And Polisa has known iCreep, she says, since Instagram, which we know was 2.5, 3 years ago, which would put iCreep at 15. I think iCreep was targeted by Polisa because she was known as to be the youngest black woman to go to HBCU because of her IQ.
I'll get to that. But
not just because of her IQ, she was academically advanced. Excuse me for that.
I don't even really want to bring Black Panthers into this. I got you, police. About to mod you. But I don't know if y'all saw it. I did host a live on Instagram. Well, I didn't host it. I was in a live on Instagram that was hosted by Young Black Panthers about something at time.
Also, just keep in mind, not too long before this is when Butter came over. She had just donated to iSpeak. She had iSpeak and T Nathan and Fold members on her platform. And when she came into my live and I questioned her about it, I was accused of interrogating her. And then they did the whole, she talked about her TBI and utilized that for benefit. And now she's out here cosplaying another black woman and trying to just take her business. So when you see the patterns, because Butter donated to iSpeak. So Butter was in the military. iSpeak is in the military. There is an alliance on this app with those that are in the military.
You had said that offended them.
It's interesting, because Polisa talks about this behavior in the military, and they have perpetuated the same behavior on this app.
But I'm trying to, I'll get to that. But
I'm gonna get a coffee, y'all.
When the Zooms was going, there wasn't any arguments in the very beginning until a couple more weeks into it. And then as weeks went on, me and Tanya started bump heads about a lot of things, like patriarchal things. One of the first things that started happening in the Zooms about the whole Alicia and Vixen situation, I was the one that had said that Alicia was jelly.
What happened? Yeah, it is sad. Hold on, y'all. Now it's mild. Hold on. Hold on, my system's doing a fucking update. Hold on. Can I stop this? Oh, hold on. Is it? It is that time. Okay. I scheduled an update. Yeah, I'm making copies.
Not in the way that y'all might think it is. I wasn't saying jealous and like malicious. Not jealous like that. As in, it's been her and Blaze for so.
Here we go. Later, 1 a.m. Connect at 1 a.m. What is happening? Hold on. There we go.
That's when the arguments and stuff started happening. Me and Tanya bumped heads a lot about a lot of things because it was a lot of things that she was doing that I just did not agree with.
Yeah, Ernie, that's facts.
It was, and I don't even want to bring. I'll get to that, but I don't even really want to bring Black Panthers into this. I got you, police. I'm about to mod you. But I don't know if y'all saw it. I did host a live on Instagram. Well, I didn't host it. I was in a live on Instagram that was hosted by Young Black Panthers about something that Tanya had said that offended them. But I'm trying to, I'll get to that. But when the Zooms was going.
So iCreep is saying here that she was in a live or group. Hold on, what is she?
Instagram. Well, I didn't host it. I was, bring Black Panthers into this. I got you, police. I'm about to mod you. But I don't know if y'all saw it. I did host a live on Instagram. Well, I didn't host it. I was in a live on Instagram that was hosted by Young Black Panthers about something that Tanya had. So
the Young Black Panthers was hosting a live about something that I said that they disagreed with. I'd love to see what they disagreed with me about.
Said that offended them.
Oh, offended them.
I'm trying to, I'll get to that. But when the Zooms was going, there wasn't any arguments in the very beginning.
I don't even know how that relates to any of this, but I want to find out about that.
Until a couple more weeks into it.
Hey, Toya.
And then as we went on, me and Tanya started bump heads about a lot of things. Like patriarchal things. One of the first things that started happening in the Zooms about the whole Alicia and Vixen situation, I was the one that had said that Alicia was jealous. Not in the way that y'all might think it is. I wasn't saying jealous and like malicious, not jealous like that.
So here's iCreep admitting to, so I suspect that iCreep and them, Merlin, initiated this divide. I don't know. Vixen might have wanted to get away from police anyway. I really don't know. I don't know if I believe what they said that Vixen was saying, and because Vixen never really said anything, why wouldn't I believe it? And then Alicia's in my DMs, and then Alicia and Vixen are doing the show. So it was just so much fuckery going on. Fuck your feelings. But here is iCreep talking about that. So admitting to, she said about the jealousy thing about Alicia. So it's not Tanya creating a divide. It's iCreep and those who initiated it with her. All I did was do intel. All I did was be proactive about things. But I also have boundaries. And when I set those boundaries, that's when it was a problem. Across the fucking board, it's been a problem.
And it's been her and Blaze for so long, so I thought this since it's
all right, let me get my copy.
Collective as a group now, then she's jealous. That's what I said, and I said that. They tried to say that Tanya said that, but I said that. So when stuff like that started happening, I still stuck behind Tanya, but that's when I started to realize some of the stuff was changing. Like, just in my mind, I started realizing I wasn't really feeling it. Because it was a lot that went on in the Zooms in a couple weeks, not in the very, very beginning, but on that I wasn't really rocking with. When that whole Alicia and Vixen situation happened, I first started speaking up when Tanya kept saying that she wanted Blaze to call out Alicia. And I told Tanya that I felt like Alicia was acting on what Vixen had told her, so I didn't really care about them.
And there's Alicia. So here is Alicia and iCreep. Alicia, the one who was on the fence too with Mo, who got the page. Hold on one second, y'all.
Wanting him to call out Vixen, because if you're going to address the issue, address the source, address the person that lied about the situation. Don't address Alicia, because Alicia was just told some information and she acted on that. So that's when I first started speaking up. When I first started speaking up, I felt like there was, I already knew then that we were just going to bump heads every single time. For a while, I didn't support Blaze because I felt like in my mind, listening to some of the BS that was going on, I felt like that, I'm not going to say I was brainwashed, but I felt like a follower, because that's what I was. I was a follower. And I felt like I was following the leader instead of doing my own research, instead of doing my own, following my own mind. I felt like a follower. Tanya, anytime Blaze didn't do something that Tanya wanted, it would be an issue. And I acted upon those issues. Like, if Tanya had a problem with you, I had a problem with you. I didn't necessarily have to have any sort of beef with you, and that's what I kind of turned into, and I didn't like that. But she already didn't like him. She felt like that Alicia would try to come in the box and throw Blaze off of the movement or what's going on. So it was just kind of like, if Tanya didn't like you, I didn't like you. And that's how it kind of spiraled. So time passed on.
Oh, this is I Creep.
Left. I can't really remember whether he was kicked out or left.
This was when Royal Justice was being created, and I had to go back through the timeline because I know that Blaze said he was going to step away, and I said that I was going to be removing him from the chats because if he's stepping away, the Roku show. I think that was around that time. Was it, or was it after the Roku show? Anywho, Blaze was doing his own kind of thing. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Oh, not a devil monster. Sleep paralysis in that.
But it was just kind of like, since then I didn't support Blaze just because him and Tanya had their problems. So the support for Blaze was really off and on.
So it had nothing to do with me as why she didn't support Blaze, right? But because like Blaze has his own information, his own intel, and then I had my own information and my own intel, and then when we got together and we shared information, we uncovered even more and more and more things, right? But Polisa with Royal Justice, which was Apple Sticks, Caramel Wax, and I Creep, they weren't sent for Blaze. They were sent to keep an eye on me and my intel, and that's why the Zoom and Royal Justice. I don't know how much Blaze That's why the Zoom and Royal Justice. I don't know how much Blaze was involved at this time as far as knowing about setting me up, but he definitely was there to pull the trigger back in November. So, and then perpetuate that over the app over the last year, as far as me being this trash white woman.
Not because I had a problem with Blaze. It